Hi, everybody. It's Randy Barth back with you, the founder and CEO of Think Together, back with another weekly update during this COVID-19 period of time that we're all going through. First of all, I just want to wish you, hope that you all had a happy Easter and Passover or whatever it is that you and your loved ones celebrate. If you're like many of us, we have our close in, whoever's in our household, right at the moment as we're all sheltering in place, but also many of us extended the reach to during Passover, Easter, to loved ones that we could connect with online. In our case, that worked better for my siblings and our kids and cousins and nieces and nephews than it did my aging parents who were not as hip about getting on Zoom with us. But anyway, hope you guys all had a great week this last week. I do want to touch on a little bit of what's been going on in the organization over the last couple of weeks in particular, and think a little bit about what things look like as we move ahead. So over the last couple of weeks, we've launched a pilot for online learning at a relative handful of schools in LA Metro. And in a moment, Karina from LA Metro is going to talk a little bit more about that. But behind the scenes of that pilot, we've had a number of folks involved in getting computers ready and out to our program leaders, hundreds of them, so that we can prepare to scale the pilot aggressively in the weeks ahead. We've also had our program department has prepared more than 300 lessons that could be delivered digitally online, which is a great step forward for the organization. We also began acquiring masks and gloves, and we're kind of testing our vendors because there's been some fraud and some things out there where the masks aren't as high as quality or they don't materialize at all. So before we go big with ordering, we want to test some vendors on that. But we've got masks and gloves coming in, in significant amounts, but not organization kind of life, time supplies quite yet. But we will be aggressively ordering all the kinds of gear that we're going to need as we come back to work and engage externally, so we can all work safely as we go back out there. We also, for our affiliate, Arenda Education, we had a kind of bang opportunity to apply for $455,000 of payroll protection program dollars under the new Federal CARES Act. Arenda, it's pretty likely that they're going to lose some dollars related to summer institutes, and we can backfill some of those dollars with that. A loan kind of turns into a grant opportunity. So we jumped on that Thursday and Friday, and we're finishing up a couple of things on that this morning. But so we're kind of moving that forward as well. I also, at the end of the week, late Friday, I had an eye-opening conversation with one of our county superintendent partners that talked about when school goes back, whether it's in summer or in fall especially, that school as we know it may be dead, and that with this COVID-19, as we go back out, it's not just that the coast is clear and we're all back to normal, that we'll have work together during this shelter in place to bend the curve, but the virus will still be out there among us. And so it's still going to be important to social distance and wear masks and gloves and all that. So school in this COVID-19 social distancing environment is going to look a lot different. It may look like no more than 20% of kids on campus at a given time, kids coming in shifts, more distance learning. There's some models with block schedules where maybe half kids come, certain days of the week and so forth. So we're going to be involved with our school partners in school redesign conversations, both with Arenda in helping schools think through the school redesign with an equity lens and make sure that we were focused on equity and excellence. And then on the Think Together side, how do we support it with SSS programs and other kinds of programs maybe woven throughout the day and week, as opposed to kind of an 8 to 2:30 schedule, but then an after school maybe 2:30 to 6. And so I think things are going to be a lot different. And so that's both an exciting opportunity and also kind of a threat for both of us as parents and families. Like, what does that mean for our kids? And us as parents, if kids aren't in school all day, and yet what does it mean for our organization as we're trying to partner with schools? And so we'll be navigating that together in the weeks ahead. But At this point in the presentation, I want to hand it off to Karina from LA Metro, who's going to talk about our online learning pilot.
Hi, everyone. This is Karina over at LA Metro Region. We wanted to provide you with a quick update in terms of how we continue to engage with participants and stakeholders through virtual means. We are proud to support and meet the needs of our students and communities we serve. Therefore, our team has been checking in with students and families through remind text messages, phone calls, and Google Classroom. We started implementing distance supports immediately after school closure, starting as early as the week of March 23rd. We were able to implement expanded learning at 8 of our school sites and the Gear Up program at 5 of our school sites, providing academic support, credit recovery courses, social gathering spaces to enjoy a board game or two, and a little bit of yoga. We also provided student and parent workshops focused on college awareness, in particular sessions with seniors to review college acceptance letters and financial aid award letters. Our staff members are collaborating with their school partners to reach out and connect with students who may be in need of additional support, either because they have not been able to log in or having some technical difficulties, and participating in the online activities assigned by their teachers, or because they are behind credits and in danger of not graduating. Overall, the first couple of weeks, we were able to reach 106 students via after-school programming and 93 students via the Gear Up program. In addition, the LA Metro Hub staff are currently working closely with our IT department to image computers, which will support distance learning across all of our regions. It's my understanding that they were working on imaging 250 computers this past week in order to get those out to us. And as the rest of our fellow regions, we are still planning away, developing distance programming schedules and training staff in order to continue to provide support to our students and families we serve. We're currently committed to offer distance programming at 23 school sites starting April 13. The LA Metro region is in this together as we adapt to this new reality and continue to change the odds for kids. Stay well, everyone.
Thank you, Karina, and for everyone who's helped prep LA Metro with the computers and with the program design and lesson design that's enabling our pilot and to go forward in LA Metro, and also the quick scale up that we anticipate will come on the heels of the pilot. On Friday, our immediate past board chair, Eric Bowden, shared a slide deck with me that really helped frame this COVID-19 situation that we're in. And at the end, it posed some questions and challenges to organizations, a couple of which that I wanted to share with you. The first question is, how did you help in the great pandemic? As we think about that as an organization, we want to think, and as individuals, how do we help our customers, our employees, our community, and our nation during this period of time? So that's a lot to consider and to digest. But as we go, out to this week, I want you guys to be thinking about that. And then also, as we think about in the back end of that, telling the story of what we did during this period of time, what stakeholders' voices do we need to incorporate into that story to help us to share that message? The second challenge is really, how did you reshape your organization for the challenges that will face as a society coming out of this COVID-19 period, or at the back end of this COVID-19 shelter-in-place period? And so, as we talked briefly about, it looks like school day may be radically redesigned. We know that distance learning is going to be far more important, both now and going forward. And so, how do we help to reshape our organization to meet the new needs of our students and our school partners coming in terms of what comes next? So let's all be thinking about that as we go about our week and making plans and reorganizing our day and our activities around some of those challenges. So thanks, everybody. We really appreciate your partnership and support during this period of time, all your hard work and efforts. And once again, be safe and have a great week. Thanks, everybody.